Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
This is Burning Books, episode 8.
Oh wow, we're at 8 episodes already? That's
That's
2
I know,
months.
8 episodes.
This is the longest I've committed to anything.
Without wanting to kill anybody.
No, seriously, this is the longest I've committed to anything.
One time I had a relationship that was slightly longer.
We've committed to games before, but you usually want to murder people by then.
When I say this is the longest I've committed to anything, I obviously do not mean my anything that I could do by myself. This is the longest I've committed to anything that I am doing with other people.
But I mean that too, like with D&D and stuff. We're terrible people. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, Sara
Kate.
has ruined all of my jokes. I guess I'm just done for the rest of the night.
I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sorry.
Like everything. This is why we can't have nice things. Sara is why we can't have nice things.
I should just go take a nap.
Well, alright, bye.
All right,
Goodbye, both of
episode
you.
over.
Well, this was a good one. We wrapped it up in record time.
Great. Yes, this is our best
A
episode.
minute and a half. Yay.
Then I'll just sit here and read Home to Italy by myself. Without
What?
Sara.
By Peter Pizzelli.
What?
Oh, but I can't
like
read the tiny
Pizzles.
little font.
Grieving his wife's death, Pepe returns to the Italian village where he grew up and discovers a fiery new passion.
Fuck everything. Fuck it.
Oh, wait, that's it?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
so is this fiery new passion like chilies? I kind of want it to be
Yum.
chilies. Or onions. Or something spicy. So spicy meatball.
Hey, that is offensive to my people.
Be quiet. I'm not talking to you anymore.
This is already my favorite episode. Alas, Babylon.
Oh, yes, alas.
I knew thee well.
When a nuclear holocaust devastates the globe, one small
Wait,
town
Holocaust?
in Florida... Nuclear holocaust.
Ah, okay.
Yes. When a nuclear holocaust devastates the globe, one small town in Florida is miraculously spared. A gripping
Why?
struggle
Have you
for
ever been to
survival.
Florida?
Like, literally how, ensues in this classic apocalyptic page-turner.
Oh, well, at least they admit that it's classic. They're like, yeah, no, this isn't anything. It's nothing new.
But I'm like, why Florida? It's like one of the most bullshit areas, and it gets destroyed every 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, right. It's like a nuclear apocalypse avoids it, but then it gets hit by a fucking hurricane.
And it's like, goodbye, humanity. There were 6 of you left, but you were all Floridians, so who cares?
Right? You're all in Florida. We really don't care. Oh, hey, I was just thinking about my dog.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, you were just thinking about medicine men?
Well, no, because he's sitting here watching me intently because I'm speaking to nothing, as far as he knows. So he thinks
Oh.
I'm talking to him, so he keeps doing the head tilt thing because I keep looking at him while I'm talking.
Give him a stethoscope. But don't let him chew on it. That's bad
Instead,
for
I'm
the-
giving him French fries that I'm not going to eat, which probably might be why he's sitting here.
Oh, that's probably better for dogs than stethoscopes anyway.
Yes, I'm sure.
Dive into this collection of hilarious, heroic, and heartwarming stories from physicians who practice medicine in the southern Appalachian Mountains.
Wait a
That
second.
is very specific.
Southern Appalachian Mountains?
Yep.
So, Kentucky?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how far the Appalachians go.
Yeah, I want to say around Tennessee
Kentucky.
area.
Kentucky, yeah.
I don't know why it has a dog.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are they vets? Do they...
It says physicians.
Oh.
Physicians who practice medicine specifically.
Wait a second. Of miraculous cures, ghost dogs, and more? Seriously, the front cover says, hilarious, heroic, true stories of miracle cures, ghost dogs, and more. I'm really concerned about what this book is about.
I don't need this in my life.
No, let's next. Ooh, look at them dragons.
Dawn of Dragons, the complete trilogy.
Wait a second. This looks familiar. I think we had this author before.
We might have had this trilogy before.
Something about
before
this
we
looks
started recording.
super familiar.
Step into a world where dragons who were once men soar through the sky. We did have this.
Did we?
When the king,
Yeah, I
when the Dark
recognize the
King
author.
the abyss, and his host of demons
No.
mount an attack on your home, can the dragons band together to repel the looming threat?
We didn't have this book. We had the Moth Saga. Same author.
Oh, but I remember dragons who were once men.
Definitely the Moth Saga, because we talked about the everybody's butts on the fronts of those books.
Yes.
Nice looking dragons. There's like 15 of these books.
But this is the complete trilogy.
Oh, I don't know then. Then why are there like... Oh, I see.
Were they
Because there's
released
the
as
Dawn
different...
of Dragons, then there's Requiem for Dragons, then Dragon Lore, then the Dragon War, and then Song of Dragons.
Dragon lore for the Dragon War.
The Dragon Lore of the Dragon War while singing the Song of Dragons.
A seditious affair.
Ooh.
When loyal,
see a
highborn
shoulder.
official Dominic falls for Silas, a radical who
Of
supports the
course he does.
revolution, the two enter into a tumultuous love affair that
Tumultuous is a
ultimately
weird
forces
word. It's
Dominic
also
to
spelled
choose
funny.
between his duty and his heart.
I can see where they cropped the original image on the cover because the wallpaper, quotes, I'm air quoting, does not perspective with the guy. It is straight on. Like, you are looking straight on this book and you are seeing that, it's not a fleur-de-lis, but that fancy wallpaper design, and then Bro Saphir's at an angel. So,
Next is The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden.
I know this book.
Yes. We had this pre-recording.
Yes.
I didn't end up getting it, but I did end up getting The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared by the same Jonas Jonason.
And apparently was turned into a movie and is fantastic. Like, literally the best movie to come from Sweden. Like, it's the highest grossing Swedish film of all time.
It was an awesome book, TBH.
I got it for her for Christmas. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared movie is available on Amazon Prime for anybody who happens to have
Yes, it's on my list. I still haven't watched
Also,
it.
somebody please get me Amazon Prime. When resourceful Nambiko uncovers a plot to overthrow the Swedish monarchy, it's up to her to save the day.
Yay!
Yay!
This is one of those ones where the title, the literal title, is longer and tells you more about the book than the description. I guess that the point is it's supposed to teach you history, and it does so really well because it teaches you history really surreptitiously.
Well,
Like,
because
people-
he like experienced it, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah, he goes around, so he just sort of falls into weird places. So like he shows up in the Spanish Civil War, and then he shows up during World War II and like makes friends with Harry S. Truman, in America, and then he goes over to China and like accidentally helps out with like a revolution and all kinds of weird shit. So I feel like The Girl Who Saved the King of Sweden is also supposed to be like that, where shit happens and you're following this wild story, but also accidentally learning. And I do one of these days want to get this one as well.
I do happen to love accidentally learning as well.
Accidentally learning is the best type of learning.
Well, I also appreciate intentionally learning, but still.
Well, accidental learning, you'll remember it better because it's just an aside, like you're paying attention to something else, so it just kind of sinks in.
Oh,
Things
Jesus
that probably
Christ.
won't accidentally teach you things. The
Oh
Brazen
my
Boys box
God.
set book
There
set
are
through
too
me.
many torsos.
So many torsos.
Too many. I never thought I would
my
ever say
God.
that.
Who's your favorite torso?
Well, I'm kind of partial to the purple torsos.
I
There
was
are
looking
two
at the
of them.
purple torso as well. The
There's-
purple torso with purple on it.
Well, right. There's a lighter purple torso and then a more muted like zombie purple torso. I'm quite partial to them. Not a big fan of bright pink torso in the back. Sorry,
No.
guy. Sorry.
An orange torso, you just look too normal here.
Yeah, orange torso, you
Also,
just don't fit. Just color
You're
yourself
way
green.
taller than everyone else, and I'm concerned. And also, you're way overdressed.
Yeah, really. Look at that. Look at that. He's
This
like in
swimsuit
fucking
competition,
slacks.
You showed up wearing a bow tie.
Yeah, he's actually wearing his shirt instead of having it like scantily draped over his biceps.
Instead of just wrapping a rag around himself, he
Yeah.
showed up after work wearing his waiter outfit.
Right? Well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a swimsuit competition and he's a waiter and they're like, oh no, guy number 7 just fell into the pool and drowned. Is there anybody out there who can fill his place? And the waiter's like, I'll do it, and rips open his shirt. Buttons are popping off everywhere.
I appreciate that the swimsuit competition must go on even after somebody died to death by drowning.
Yes.
Died to death.
Yes. It must happen.
High stakes.
Yeah.
Follow Wes, Benny, Liam, and Scott as they find love and passion with gorgeous men in the unlikeliest of places.
Oh, four
A
of them?
swoon-worthy collection. What?
Like together?
I don't know if they all find it all at the same time.
In unlikely places. So a
Yes.
swimsuit competition.
I feel like that's too likely. You're
You
gonna
know,
find gorgeous
if
men there, right? I feel like unlikely places are like at the soup kitchen.
right, you know, that would be an unlikely place. Like Liam there. Also Liam there is serving up soup and he sees Chad or whatever his name is.
I wanted to name one of these guys Chad.
Is one of them not Chad? I only remembered Liam because I was like, seriously.
Wes and Benny and...
Oh, Wes. Of course, Wes. So now my dog is looking at me.
Alright, this next one is gonna look spookier for you guys because mine doesn't have the blood on it. Snowbound.
Snowblind, snowblind, snowblind.
Like his name is Blake Crouch.
I was thinking of Barty Crouch.
Barty Crouch Jr. Okay.
Oh, the middle of the U is a bullet, question mark?
Yeah, I actually noticed that, but I was too busy singing Sticks.
Years after his wife's mysterious disappearance, Will receives a tip that launches him and his daughter on a harrowing journey to discover a chilling truth.
Was she
What?
snowbound?
Question, are there any other types of journeys other than harrowing?
As far as books are concerned, no.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Journeys of Discovery.
Yeah, but this is technically a harrowing journey of discovery because they're discovering a chilling truth. Also, are there other types of truth?
No.
Truth is a dish best served cold.
It is. No, French fry, why? Goodbye.
French fries are not best served cold. The next one I'm pretty sure we've also had way long ago. A Cruel Wind.
Glenn Cook. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
The picture looks familiar.
Chronicle of
Oh
the
yeah,
Dread
this is the
Empire.
Dread Empire. Because I kept saying Dead Empire, but it's not. It's Dread.
Yeah. Wait, Jeff Vandermeer? Actually, Jeff Vandermeer's my jam.
Oh, nice.
Did we hate this book? I don't remember.
I think we were just confused because I couldn't say the name right.
All right, well, read it, and I'll decide if I hate it again.
Perfect for fans of Game of Thrones.
Jesus, I hate it already.
War is
We hate
coming
them
to
all
the
when they
Dread
say that.
Empire, and everyone will be affected. Mocker, a man passing himself off as a fool, the wizard...
Huh?
Oh, Jesus. The wizard Vorthloker,
You type it. Haha!
and Nepenthe, princess to the Storm Kings.
Of course, there's a princess.
Of course,
can't
there are
have-
Storm Kings.
Well, you can't have a female character in a book unless it's a princess. Who gives a shit about a poor person? Unless they're boys.
Well, yeah, because then they'll
they'll
become important.
Yeah,
Great, because then they fall in love with the princess.
right.
We might have had a different book in the series before, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I don't remember a Varthlokor.
I think A Cruel Wind is the first one. I think that's what I figured out. What I do know is that I can buy it for a penny if I were so intrigued. I think I'll put it on my wish list. We'll figure out if it's terrible or not that way.
Yeah.
I remember this.
I'll
Do I
write
know
that
this?
down.
Yeah, this looks
I
familiar.
feel like this looks
A
familiar.
Symphony of Echoes. I thought it looked familiar too, but then I wasn't too sure. We had a lot of clock things the one week, so...
We did with swirlies involved, so
Maybe not, because I don't recognize the sphinxes in the background or the Meet the Disaster Magnets of
she
St.
doesn't
Mary's.
recognize the font.
You don't recognize the font.
At St. Mary's Institute of Historical Research, Max and the team must travel across centuries to investigate the murder of the Archbishop of Canterbury, track down Jack the Ripper, and face an enemy who would threaten history itself.
That sounds like every single other book that has had a clock on it.
Right? And it's all... Like, I'll accept the, okay, yeah, we have to solve this centuries-old murder, but I'm like, we cannot be obsessed with Jack the Ripper anymore. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
I kind
Yes.
of want to see a book with the clock on it that literally has nothing to do with it, except that maybe somebody owns a clock shop.
Yeah, that would kind of be nice. Like, something that has to do with clocks and nothing with time travel.
The Long List Anthology.
Oh. Ooh, but there's tentacles on the front.
I'm like,
Look at the cool looking tentacles.
is it literally a list of lists? Like, I want each of the stories in here to be just a
All right,
list
let
of
me see
things.
if I can get a look at the authors.
I don't see anybody I recognize.
Yeah, I don't recognize anybody either, actually. Although Shajia looks interesting.
I'm like, yeah, there's some fancy names in here.
Yonholi,
Yonoli, yeah.
Kenli. Actually, that's a lot of. Is it Asian?
Selected from the 2015 Hugo Award long list of nominees. Devices and Desires. While vacationing along the Norfolk coast, or as the locals call it, Norfolk, Commander Adam Dalgliesh is swept into a perplexing murder case in a community terrorized by a serial killer.
Okay, I did buy a book called Devices and Desires, but completely different book.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, no, mine's part of the Engineer trilogy, so that is not
Nothing
what
to do
this
with
is.
this.
Yeah.
Next is the Perk.
The perks of what?
No, it's just the Perk singular.
Oh,
Just one.
so just one perk, not multiple perks?
Nope, just one.
Oh.
After his wife's death, hotshot attorney Beck Hardin returns to his small Texas hometown and is soon caught in a conspiracy involving politics and murder.
That sounds fairly typical for these types of books.
Yeah. Doesn't seem very perky, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Cold Hard Steel. I wonder what the main character's name is.
Probably pointy ears. What? A daggers and steel mystery?
Oh, Lord. Okay. A dead body, a trashed apartment, an icy, enchanted murder weapon. There were a lot of commas there, and it was funny because it looks like an icy is in the list.
I like ices.
When a single stabbing turns into a series of supernatural homicides, hardened detective Jake Daggers and his half-elf partner Shay Steele must race against the clock to prevent a massacre.
Nope.
Well, that explains the pointed ears.
Yep. And it explains daggers and steel.
That actually doesn't sound horrible.
It says perfect for fans of the Dresden Files, and I am very a fan of the Dresden Files. So as much as I want to be mad about the names, I'm like, I will
like
read it.
Actually kind of where I am too. Like, I'm very mad about the names, but it doesn't sound terrible. Oh, Cord. The name of this book is actually the second book in the series. The first one is Red Hot Steel.
Ew. Why?
Although this guy shows up on every cover with his eyes covered with his hat, so I will virtually guarantee there is.
Look up the Dresden Files and see if they don't all exactly have that same thing, though. Spoiler alert, they do.
So when his older-than-dust partner throws his back out on a goblin raid, his captain assigns him a new running mate, a sexy young half-elf by the name of Shay Steele.
Well, of course she's sexy.
It seems like a match made in Dagger's imagination, but Steele's no pushover. She's a powerful forensic psychic, and she's got sass oozing out of her boots. I want to say boobs. You know, I'm actually kind of digging this.
Right? I'm like half upset, half really want this.
And a debut. I can't talk. Why am I reading? Case teaming with fire mages, foundries, and a dead guy who's crisper than bacon. It's pretty clear Daggers isn't the only one getting a heaping helping of red hot steel.
I'm so mad. I want every like sex scene to have that many puns. Like I want there to be gratuitous nudity and have them be like,
It is
do you want 8 inches of steel?
$0 on Kindle. $0 on
Is
ebook.
it Kindle Unlimited? Is it the?
It doesn't say unlimited. I don't know. But I'm gonna buy now with one click. I fucking bought it. It's happening.
Oh sweet Jesus! No, I'm getting it too. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Okay.
Since you're leaving anyway, take out the trash.
This looks cozy.
By Dixie Cash.
I don't know if this is cozy, actually.
Debbie Sue Overstreet is the gossip queen of Salt Lick, Texas. So when someone murders snooty Pearl Ann Caruthers, the woman who has to know everything is determined to solve the case. I love this one because it's the least legitimate cozy mystery we've gotten so far, including the psychic TV dog or whatever.
Right?
Because this is just a person who like knows everybody's business.
In your shit, doing shit.
She just has to know everything. So she's like, well, I'm gonna figure this out because obviously I have to get the scoop. Catch me if you can. This is the one that inspired the movie. Frank is one of the most audacious and daring con men in history. forging checks and living out false identities with aplomb. But the law is never far behind.
I heard with a palm.
Aplomb. I don't like that word. I don't like saying it.
Yeah.
He just walks around. He's doing all of this like illegal shit, but with a palm tree. Just he's
Yeah.
carrying it.
He's just carrying it. It's like instead of having a chip on his shoulder, he's got a palm.
Next is a sad teddy bear called Hereafter.
Oh, that is a sad teddy bear.
Physician Peter Croft is still coming to terms with the death of his 10-year-old son. Oh my god.
All right, I'm sad now.
His grief sends him on a desperate search for a kidnapped boy, forcing him to face his own loss and the paranormal. ... I don't want your kid to be a ghost.
Yeah, Let's just move on to the next one.
Land of the Dead.
That doesn't help.
In a future overtaken by the living dead, Conrad's hunting skills are invaluable, but one moment of misplaced pity could land Conrad and his son in the ultimate danger.
Yep. Zombies. Not the ultimate danger.
Burglars can't be choosers.
Why is Block so huge? Oh, that's the person's last name.
Yes.
Got it.
Oh, this one's sparkly. It's got a sparkly name.
Yeah. And I bet it's embossed too. Like you could run your hands over the name, feel it up.
Bernie is one of the best burglars around. That was hard to say. But when he becomes a murder suspect, can his unique skills help him catch the real killer? Oh my gosh, this is a man cozy. It's not tagged as cozy, but I feel like this is a man cozy.
Man cozy!
Until we meet again. When Cassandra meets Lawrence on her family's private beach, she doesn't expect them to be living in the same house, but nearly a century apart. With danger lurking, Cassandra must race against time to save the boy she loves.
Oh.
How?
Yeah.
They're a century apart. Literally, how?
Maybe crazy time magic?
Yeah, but I'm like, if he lived 100 years ago, he's already dead.
Yeah.
You don't have to rescue him. You've been awfully quiet today, Sarah.
I'm tired.
Next is Orinoco. When a 9,000-year-old artifact resurfaces on his company's mining site, Sam races...
Wait, resurfaces?
It's over 9,000.
No. The key word here is resurfaces.
That's what it says. Sam races to investigate, but he's not prepared for the corruption and danger that await.
Does it have to deal with politics? Because if it does, he should have been.
It doesn't look very politics. There's dudes on horses on the front. Next is the Jericho River. A spellbinding fantasy that seamlessly blends ancient history and mythology. When Jason sets sail on the Jericho River to save his father, he'll explore a magical world and face the legendary beasts that stand in his way.
Huh.
A novel about the history of Western civilization.
Oh. Is it historical fiction?
Fantasy.
Huh.
But it's probably like ancient Greek level fantasy. Like, that sounds pretty cool. It's $1.99 though, so expensive.
Yeah.
Next is Death of a Nightingale by two people with fancy names.
That's a fancy cover.
After the attempted abduction of a child in her care, Nina searches for the truth about the girl's family and finds answers in the grim history of Stalinist Ukraine.
Oh.
I didn't expect that. That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I might wishlist this. I feel like we've had a lot of history fiction today. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of will accidentally teach you some shit books.
Yeah.
In sheep's clothing.
Why does that look familiar?
Because it's the White House?
Oh, I guess.
When the president dies unexpectedly, it sends Capitol Hill into a state of panic. Vice President David Kendall takes his oath of office, but as dark conspiracies swirl through the White House, can he escape the same fate as his predecessor? Oh, damn. You don't want to lose two presidents in a row. Everybody will make fun of you.
That's like...
Everybody will make fun of you.
Everybody will make fun of you, right? Here I am, like, thinking of the political implications, and I'm like, all right, who's murdering presidents? And you're like, Jesus, people are just going to poke fun at us.
People will talk. Rosaries Gold. In this thrilling adventure, Captain Miles Roselli hides a fortune in Vatican gold in the Sahara, along with an earth-shattering secret. 20 years later, can he keep dangerous forces from claiming the treasure?
Too much gold on that cover.
That cover is way too gold. Oh, it looks like the treasure is right at the bottom underneath the author's name. It's a lot of slightly erased
Seriously,
tablets.
that's not a very good place to hide it. It's not well hidden. I don't...
No, anyone can see that from a plane.
Yeah, it is right there.
Though that is something that I would absolutely, like, that sounds like something that I would definitely read. A lot of my action and adventure books are pretty much exactly like that. They're like crack. The treasure is crack.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'd accept that. More crack treasure.
All right, the next one, I don't know where they got this picture of me. Death Before Decaf.
Yeah, that does look like you. Except this looks kind of cozy, and that's not very you. The eyes aren't blue, Kenya. It's not you.
And there's not a blue stripe. I thought the swirls in the background were stripes. After her fiancé leaves her high and dry, Juliet moves back to Nashville to manage a coffee house. But trouble starts brewing when an employee turns up dead, and Juliet's pinned as a murder suspect. Can she clear her name and uncover the truth?
I 100% heard pandas instead of pinned as. And I was like, Julia's panda's a murder suspect?
Yes.
What is she doing out with pandas?
They're shady pandas, too. They're just walking around. They're like, well, we found this bloody knife in your enclosure, panda. And he's like, that ain't mine.
Yeah, he's like, I was busy over here not reproducing like pandas do. Science facts for everyone!
See, things that accidentally teach you shit.
Yeah, like me. I accidentally teach people shit all the time. You know, and what's really frustrating about it is how angry they get when I do.
Did you know that if you roll 2 dice, you won't roll a 1?
You know? In case you weren't sure, that's what makes 2d6 better than a d12. Also, listeners, in case you weren't sure, we're huge nerds.
I don't think
Hi.
that there was any...
I'm pretty sure people would have shoved me into lockers if they were sure I wasn't carrying a knife.
People would have shoved me into lockers if they could move me.
They would have shoved me into lockers too, but I had a looming shadow of friends who were like cracking
Oh,
their
please,
knuckles. Like,
you
"I'm
are made of fluff, Sarah. Like, everybody
That's what I mean,
loves
like-
you all of the time. They're just like, look at how fluffy she is.
People hated me in high school.
And then they
because I was
fluff
annoying.
you up. Well, nothing's changed.
Note to self, throw Sara in a locker at work tomorrow.
She'll
I'm
probably
not gonna fit in one of those.
Yes, you will.
Your little work.
I might just give up one of these days and lay across the like.
We'll just put you in the locker.
You guys suck.
The Temple of Doubt.
Well, that's an interesting thing to have a temple of. Is that a dragon egg?
I mean, maybe. I doubt it.
God damn it.
I don't know why this is funny.
Hadara has always quietly resisted the moral strictures of society,
She a princess.
which teach her to rely on magic, not medicine, for survival. But her destiny is far greater than she's ever imagined.
So what's the thing in her hand?
She doesn't sound like a princess. I don't know. But there's another one, and the thing in the hands was green. Like, it looked planty.
And it's a cactus.
Which are planty and green.
Usually, yes. Unless you drop them on your floor.
Nocturnal. When homicide detective Brian Clouser starts having vivid dreams of grisly murders, he must take matters into his own hands to uncover the ghastly
Ooh.
truth.
Oh, there's another kind of truth.
Oh, yes! But let's be real. I mean, Brian's only dreaming of the murders because he's committing the murders. When people make stupid decisions about computers, he just kills them and then remembers it later and is like, I wonder who that was.
Yeah. Also, excellent use of a Brian reference there. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. Hey, Brian.
Anyway, moving on. Next book.
The Tales of Ever, volumes 1 through 6. Where'd they get this picture of me? Oh, wait, not blue eyes. Never mind.
Yeah, but those look like they're photoshopped.
Just as Misha begins to explore her powers as a fire starter, her mother dies. Oh, shit. But when she finds herself
In a
banished to
fire?
the realm...
I can't.
But when she finds herself vanished to the realm of capital E Ever, she'll have to confront a host of new dangers and hidden secrets.
Probably because she set her mom on fire.
When I searched for this picture, was way more interesting than that. It said something like, Ever has, like, there's no lights, like, there's no sun and moon, because the sky is just colors, like, it's just portals that change color. But what made it sound interesting was the very last line was something like, "Time passes, but don't worry, you won't get old, you won't live that long."
Oh,
And I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a not very fun place."
right. No, that definitely sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, this is, I guess, this is 6 books for 99 cents if you want to know more about that sort of place. The Cruelest Cut. When a twisted killer uses gruesome murders to taunt him, Detective Jack Murphy, which is the most basic detective name in the world, will stop at nothing to end his sadistic game, but can he keep his loved ones from becoming the next victims?
Yes. Yes, he can, because otherwise this wouldn't be a book.
Death by drowning.
That's the worst way to die. Actually,
Oh, I
after
thought we
some...
determined burning was pretty bad.
Yeah, I was actually just going to say that. Getting set on fire. How about drowning while you're on fire?
But wouldn't they just cancel each other out?
No.
Set in the heart of Kentucky's bluegrass region, beekeeper turned sleuth Josiah Reynolds returns to investigate the death of her
Josiah.
friend's nephew.
Yep, Josiah's a her.
Beekeeper.
Rolls with boy names.
This sounds like something I've said. I dreamed I married Perry Mason.
That sounds
Why?
terrible. Wait. Did I do the wedding?
Well, I mean, there's a gun involved.
Sounds like I did the wedding.
There's no knives, though, so... While conducting research for her book, Cece ends up smack dab in the middle of a decades-old murder mystery. Can she use her sleuthing skills to crack the case?
No.
I have no idea what that has to do with the title, and I don't care to find out.
Bye, book.
The Rendition. A decorated Army veteran delivers the story of intelligence officer Alex Clear, who uncovers an international conspiracy while investigating a botched operation. I was confused, but that sounds like the author is an actual Army person.
Oh, maybe.
So that's probably pretty cool. I hope it's well edited, though, like, because if they're not like a professional author, it might show.
Right, yeah. Yesterday's gone.
What?
Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's
one?
gone.
Wait, season 1?
Season 1? I have no idea.
Is
In the
this a
wake of
TV
the
show?
apocalypse, only a few scattered survivors remain on Earth, but their troubles quickly escalate as a new species hunts them down. It's free, and I have no idea why it's season 1. Holy shit.
That is how I'm gonna call Sara from now on.
That was good, Dante. Didn't know you could hold that note for that long.
The Change. When a genetic fluke gives Erin special powers, she finds herself caught between warring factions and targeted by a deadly secret society.
Oh,
It's also free.
a fluke?
It made me think of the Dolphin Girl, and I was like, oh no, is she back for revenge?
Dolphins
She
have
is.
flukes.
Well, and that's a genetic fluke, so I'm like, well, if she's part dolphin.
Yeah, I mean, that would explain the fluke.
A Crabby Killer.
Fuck you.
When the body of a stranger is found on close-knit Moosamuck Island, it's up to Claire and Dom to prove the murderer wasn't one of their fellow islanders. But once they start digging, they find plenty of trouble in this entertaining mystery.
Uh-huh.
It's free. There weren't more puns in that description, so I don't know what to do with myself. The Mark Taylor Omnibus. It looks like 4 books for 99 cents. When Mark discovers a camera that takes photos of future tragedies, he decides to use its prophetic powers for good, only to be deemed an enemy of the state.
Well, duh. You can't just fuck with that kind of shit.
Cruel justice.
Well, that justice certainly looks awfully cruel.
An embarrassingly low number of people have read this, but they still want to tell me about it anyway.
Of course they
When
do.
several wealthy widows are found dead, Detective Inspector Lorne Simpkins must put her troubled marriage aside to catch a serial killer.
Oh. I think I've read this book.
It's free,
I
so
haven't.
you might have.
I actually haven't, but I've read enough that are exactly like that.
Blue Murder.
Not to be confused with a murder of any other color.
A Halloween bash in London's most fashionable district takes a deadly turn when 2 university schoolmates are killed within minutes of each other. Now it's up to Detective Sergeant Kate Wakefield to solve the case.
No. I didn't know
Free.
London had anything fashionable.
London is fashionable.
Well, to Americans.
Untethered.
Look how pretty the cover is for this.
That cover is kind of cray.
Yeah, she's like turning into butterflies and she has crazy ribs and bones. But then there's another of her and she seems pretty upset about this.
Well, I'd be upset if I saw myself turning into butterflies.
Right, but also she's not
She's a
really
ghost lady.
doing a whole lot about it. She's like, well, Don't let that door hit you on your way down.
Bitch.
High school junior Sylvie has to deal with more than the usual share of teen angst, especially because she often has out-of-body experiences. But when she decides to use her strange power to make her crush fall for her, life will get even more complicated. That was a terrible decision, Sylvie.
Oh my god, stalker!
She's like, yeah, I'm just going to, like, turn into a ghost and go make somebody fall in love with me. Like, no. Why, no.
But that is
I feel like bad things are
such a
gonna happen.
teenager girl thing to do. Like,
I guess
that
that's
is
true.
such a girl teen thing.
Right,
We're
where
like,
it's like, I
well,
have this condition and I'm gonna
I'm
absolutely
too
exploit
awkward
it.
to actually like go and ask you out, so I'm gonna do this super sneaky, shady shit instead.
Oh, man. Now I'm like, all these wasted opportunities. I could have milked that whole kidney thing.
Right? You should have.
I could be like, listen, I can't even think of a name to make up.
Brian.
Listen, Brian, I'm like possibly dying because my kidney is just so bad. Will you go to prom with me?
Disclaimer,
He'll be
Kenya
like,
actually has bad kidneys.
I don't think kidneys make you cough, and I'll be like, shh, who has the bad kidneys here, Brian? Next is Gaia. Ember, a young capital W watcher with explosive elemental powers, is destined to play a key role in the war with the angels.
Oh.
As the apocalypse draws ever closer, Bork, Ember
Yeah,
begins
he's
to
in
question.
crack mode right now.
Ember begins to question her allegiances, but she must choose a side before the world is consumed by unstoppable dark forces. Well, her name's Ember. I wonder what her elemental powers are.
Probably fire.
I mean, we did have the red-haired chick who was a fire starter, and I was just like, gee,
yeah, the one that
that's a
set her
shocker.
mom on fire.
Yeah, her hair was red. I wonder what her element is.
I don't know.
It's ponies.
Oh my
Does
god!
that mean
I
that
want
girl
pony
over there with
powers.
the blue hair has a specific element too? What's her element?
Owls.
Yes. She's also a main character.
I want the element of ponies.
I want a pony element too.
The devil on Chardonnay.
Cross oceans in this global thriller filled with twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Please refrain from using such horrible cliches, K. Thanks. Can pilot Boyd Chyland stop a deadly virus from throwing the world into chaos?
Oh, the dog is in the sink. I'll be right back.
He's too big for a sink.
That is why this is problem.
Oh, check out this next one. Third daughter.
Oh.
Oh, it's free. As the third daughter in the royal family, Aniri can marry whomever she wants as soon as she turns 18. Holy shit, that's new.
Right?
But when a young prince proposes, she must choose between her heart's desire and the chance to save her country from a mysterious weapon.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. No, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting that. That's pretty cool because it's like a reversal of the forced arranged marriage thing.
It actually, and it goes in opposite order. The second book is the second daughter, and the third book is the first daughter.
Oh man. Next up is Farewell, My Deuce.
Okay.
When Detective Reed Ferguson's friend Deuce goes missing, Reed is determined to find him, but the investigation will lead the private eye deep into his friend's secret activities and unscrupulous connections. Well, his friend's name is Deuce, so how legit do you think he's gonna be? Also, we've definitely had different ones from this series before, because I remember Reed Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, next is Profiles in Courage by John F. Kennedy.
Oh.
Before he became president, JFK won the Pulitzer Prize for his insightful look at the lives of 8 great Americans. If you're into presidents.
Yeah.
I just lost the game.
And so did everybody else listening to this.
Which is Brian.
Pretty much just Brian. And Morgan. Brian and Morgan. But she doesn't even know what the game is.
Oh my god, the game's older than Morgan, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Damn.
You feel old yet?
Every day. In 1924, Mary Russell and her husband Sherlock Holmes. Good night.
Good night.
Stumble across the peculiar papers of English spy Kimball O'Hara and are soon immersed in a dangerous investigation. Bye.
Yeah, okay. What's the next book?
Not any better, because it's every which way but wicked. And witch is spelled like witch. Spoopy, snarky, and laugh out loud funny.
Wait, did it say spoopy?
No, I said
Oh,
spoopy.
okay.
It says spooky. This magical whodunit follows a dysfunctional family of witches as they become embroiled in a murder.
I don't know if you can hear me sighing, but I'm sighing.
When the town drunk winds up dead, the bickering Winchesters must find the killer, or they'll be the number one
Of course they will.
suspects. It's free.
Of course it is.
Today's theme is pictures of me.
I was wondering, like, elusive, secretive, deceptive.
Actually, no, that is like the child of me and Kim Possible.
Well, Kim Possible was a bit of a redhead.
She was.
Yeah, but not that color.
I do appreciate that Sarah knew what I was saying before I was able to articulate it. Kim Possible, it's a really
And Sarah's like, yes. When her ex Jack disappears with millions of dollars, Zoe is pulled into the FBI's spotlight. Can she navigate the high stakes world of false identities, deception, and murder to find answers and clear her name?
Well, I certainly hope so. Godspeed, whatever your name is.
Zoe.
Godspeed, whatever your name is.
That sucks. It's like not only did her ex leave her, but also is rich now, so she's like shit, and then also is rich because of shady means, so she's like double shit.
Damn it.
The Recruiter.
Okay.
Samuel Ackerman drops out of Navy SEAL training. To get back in, he'll have to earn his stripes as a recruiter, and he's willing to do absolutely anything to add names to his list. Whoa.
Whoa.
I was like, this sounds boring. It sounds scary. It's free. Oh, this is very apt. The Ides of March.
Oh,
which
hey.
is today. In this classic historical novel, a celebrated author reimagines the life of Julius Caesar and the events leading up to his violent death.
No. It's you.
Not even gonna respond to that. On the Run. Wait, wasn't that earlier?
I don't
Kim
recognize
Possible?
I don't recognize the book cover.
Oh no, it was the On the Run series. The pictures of me and Kim Possible were On the Run series. This is
Right.
On the Run. In an increasingly digital future, engineer Kil Bruner is determined to find his missing wife. But his search will take him into a dangerous world of conspiracy, and it may change the face of the world forever.
Like forever?
Was that like a Miss Jackson? Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever?
Forever, ever.
I wish I could like just straight rap the rest of it, but I'm not as familiar with that song as others. I have shamed my ancestors.
Which ancestors?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
I thought this said sailing to Sanitarium, and I was really confused, but it's sailing to Sir Antium.
Book 1 of the Sir Antium Mosaic.
When an imperial summons calls artist Crispin to the fabled city of Sir Antium, he must find the strength to survive the vicious games played by the city's politicians. Can he complete a mission on behalf of the Empress?
Well, that's a good question.
Well, what is the mission? Is it cool or is it lame? That's, like, kind of important. If it's a stupid mission, there's no point in reading it. The complete first Freak House series.
That looks YA. There's a bitch on the cover.
In a ball gown.
Although I like Freak House, though.
I'm confused, though, by the complete first Freak House, so I'm like, there's more than one Freak House? At the onset of this intriguing gothic romance series, narcoleptic Hannah Smith must stay locked in the attic with a strange companion, but she longs for freedom. Unfortunately, her first taste of liberty arrives in the form of a kidnapping. What could the mysterious Freak House want with her?
Narcoleptic, huh?
That is a lot of interesting.
Huh. I actually don't know what to think about that. Well, it's money, so it's not happening.
Polarity in motion. A tough life gets even tougher for Polarity Weeks. Oh my god, that's her name.
Polarity Weeks?
Polarity Weeks, when a nude photo of her starts circulating throughout her school, a photo she has no memory of taking. Oh,
yeah, things got...
Nobody believes Polarity's story, and as she investigates, she'll learn the truth is even more unbelievable. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't need that in my life. Bye.
Goodbye, book.
Got a little too real. Last one is free, and it's called August Ice. Veteran Navy SEAL Max Conway thought his time on a station in Antarctica would be utterly devoid of romance.
Oh, good lord.
But when scientist Andre Dubois takes his
Oh my
position
god,
at the
no!
facility...
This was hidden torsos.
Yes!
That is unacceptable.
Well, it's cold there, so you can't just be standing out with your torso out.
No, you can still be standing in your torso with your torso out because it is so hot and steamy when you meet your love interest that you have to take off your wetsuit. I don't like hidden torsos. Unacceptable.
Well, I mean, if it's the first couple books or the last couple of books, you should just kind of assume.
The torsos are always at the beginning and the end.
They really are.
They torsos are the alpha and the omega. The beginning and the end.
Oh my god.
Fuck everything.
Alright, that's enough books. This has been a really long episode because we just sort of rambled for the first half of them. I'm gonna go home.
Okay.
You are home.
Take the keys from
part.
Katie.
Yes, you can take my car.
Why is everyone screaming? Okay, this concludes episode 8. That's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.